This is not a podcast I ever wanted to make or ever thought I would have to make. But in the interest of keeping you all up to date and being fully transparent, I wanted to give you guys an update on some recent developments with AI Box and some of the things that may change in the future, and also ask for advice or support as you guys may have it. Connections or anything else. So essentially what happened this morning, I opened my email to find an email from a law firm that was representing Box.com. So for those that don't know, Box.com, probably a great product. I think I've used this when I was in college. It's essentially like Google Drive. It's a file storage platform, and they do a lot more now. But this is kind of how it started out. You can think of it sort of like Dropbox, which is kind of interesting because there are some parallels to Dropbox and Box.com's lawsuit that happened, or some legal issues a number of years ago. But in any case, we received a cease and desist from Box.com, claiming trademark infringement and dilution of their brand. And this is because Box.com has a product called Box AI. And in their, in their legal document they sent over to us, they highlighted the fact that AI Box shows up under some searches that also show Box AI. The real issue here is they believe that, we're diluting their brand, and they've sent us a cease and desist for our name AI Box, meaning a complete, they're requesting a complete name change, rebrand, which may sound simple on some cases. Of course, it also feels to me personally, this feels very much like a big company with a large budget. Whether they're right or wrong in this suit, they know that they have the attorneys and they have the money, and they can essentially try to bleed us out in a long, drawn-out lawsuit. Even if they're wrong and they lose, they know that for small startups or medium startups, or compared to them, a publicly traded company that had over $1 billion in revenue so far this year, it's simple. So they'll either win the case, or they'll win if they just bleed us dry and made us declare bankruptcy because we had to spend all of our money on lawyers, even if we had a good case and we're correct. So in the case, and I'll talk about this, I'll go over some of their their grievances or their issues, what they're asking for, and then I'll talk about give our side of it, and why I believe we have a strong case and shouldn't have to change our name from AI Box. So they have said that, of course, Box.com is over 15 years old, and they're saying they spent a lot of money on building up their personal brand, which, fair enough, fantastic. I mean, to be fair, the word box just represents like an item. So they pick something that is a name. It's not like Google or Yahoo. They have a number of technology companies that are, kind of in their umbrella. Of course, Box is their trademark and it's their company, but they also have Box Sync, Box Relay, Box Sign, Box Notes, Box AI. So it feels like if anyone ever starts a company with the name Box in it, they're probably going to get a lawsuit from them, which seems wild. You can imagine. I don't know. Anyone ever started a company with the name Meta in it, I'm assuming the same kind of thing. These big tech companies are just kind of bully and come in with a lawsuit. Now, maybe Meta seems more brandable. Box to me, it's crazy, right? So, like boxoffice.com. Oh, well, it has the name Box in it, and we have these other Box websites. Lawsuit. I could see that happening. In any case, Box says over the years, Box has invested tremendous resource in developing and protecting its brand, including through international trademark filing programs. They got a bunch of patents and trademarks for their different programs. Great. That's awesome. They can keep them. They say there is no doubt that AI Box's use of AI Box, a mark that occupies Box's trademark and corporate identity for products that directly compete with Box's core offerings, will confuse customers about whether the AI Box platform is operated by Box or whether there is a licensed collaboration, co-branding, or relationship between them. Even if customers are not confused, AI Box's use of AI Box will dilute the singular meaning of the Box trademark, as well as the Box AI trademark. Okay, and the Box mark family. So really what they're saying here is you cannot use the word Box in any business name because they own the trademark Box and it's the Box family. So here's what's interesting about this case. This wasn't something where when we were doing, anyone that's named a business before knows that this is like a very, it feels like a magical experience coming up with the name. You sit there, you come up with thousands of names, hundreds of names, you type them into GoDaddy or wherever you're registering your website and do your research and figure out what it was. For us, there was, it was a long process. It took us like a week to come up with AI Box, and kind of when we went to register the domain name and aibox.ai was available, we were like, oh my gosh, this is an amazing domain. This is a great thing. We kind of moved forward with this. So this was back in December of 2022. Since that happened, when that happened, there was no Box AI. So this Box AI wasn't a product or thing that even, existed. So for us, it wasn't like, oh, should we go, I'm sure I went and Googled AI Box and looked at the results. There was nothing that looked like it competed or was kind of in the same space or was from any big technology companies. I was like, okay, this is kind of in the clear. It wasn't until 6 months later in May of 2023 that Box demoed at some event a few features that were going to start being these AI features that they were dubbing kind of Box AI. Just like everyone's like Amazon AI, Meta AI, everyone's just throwing AI at the end of everything for some AI features. So they demoed it not even until 6 months later, by which point we had already obviously chosen the name. We'd gotten investors. We'd gotten people on our wait list. We'd started announcing it. We'd started doing marketing. All of this is publicly available data that we've kind of been growing the brand and doing our SEO and built our website and, done all this work and put it all in. 6 months later, they go and announce, oh, hey, look, we're going to kind of use not even the same name, but something similar. Okay. So, let's go back to what else they're alleging, but I just want to bring up the fact that we obviously existed. It wasn't something like I was like, oh, look, there's Box AI. Let's try to, I don't know, change it slightly and run with it. No, we existed before them. They came along after. They could have done their own research if they wanted to see that there was already other companies in this space doing things. Obviously, they're a big publicly traded company. They probably wouldn't do anything anyways. They'd probably just set it up, start running it, and then after a certain amount of time, go send cease and desist and sue the heck out of everyone. But anyways, just for reference, we existed first. They did not exist when we started this. Yeah. Okay. So they then say these outcomes are even more likely given the fact that AI Box has adopted a logo for its AI Box platform that is highly similar to Box's own branding used across the Boxmark family as shown in the comparison below. So if you have video or if you're on Spotify or YouTube, you can see this. Otherwise, I'll just explain. They have three diagrams of our logo, the Box AI logo, and the Box logo. So they say they're highly similar. These are like the most different logos I've ever seen. So AI Box's logo is all caps, the words AI Box, big bold letters. You look at Box's logo, their company, it's all lowercase. They're like really flowy circle letters. Like nothing alike. I guess the only thing similar between our logo and their logo is the font is white in both cases, although sometimes we use a gray font if it's on a white background. Just so happens that our website header is black, so it's black with white text. Theirs is blue with white text. We don't use their blue. We don't use any font similar. We don't use the lowercase. It's completely different. They've adopted a logo for Box AI, which, like, to be fair, again, this logo was created 6 months after our logo was created. So if anyone was copying anything, ours was publicly available, and you can go check the records online of our website and our published website and our logo on our website. Far beyond that. So if they're upset about the logo, they came out 6 months after us, and their logo isn't exactly the same. The icons are completely different. They have like some sort of like DNA sciencey icon. We have just a square. Their word box is B with O and X lowercase. Ours is all uppercase, all capitalized. The fonts may be similar. Other than that, yeah, the fonts may be similar, and they're the ones that picked the font 6 months after us. So I'm not going to apologize for our font choice, because our font choice was completely different than their main logo. And if they want to make a subsidiary product of their main product with a different logo that copies our logo that came out 6 months earlier, that is definitely up to them. They say the overlap and competition between the parties is also underscored by the fact that the parties' respective products, websites, and product announcements appear intermingled in search results. We've done a lot of work to rank high on Google through SEO and through my podcast. Since we incorporated the company back in December of 2022, I have talked about AI Box in virtually every episode. This is the reason I started the podcast, was to promote AI Box, to get people on the wait list, to get investors, and to get users for the platform. And it has been able to do all of these things. We were able to raise over $600,000 for AI Box to develop the platform. We were able to get, we had over 4,000 people on the wait list to use it, including people from Google, Harvard, Atlassian, KPMG, Ally Bank, a bunch of incredible places. We were able to get 4,000 people in our AI Box creators communities over on Facebook and on Discord. And this was a big thing, right? Like we want to make sure that when someone searches for AI Box, we show up number one. This is SEO. And we put a lot of energy and also money into this, right? Like SEO doesn't all just magically happen. We paid a lot of money to help create content, to partnerships and blogs, and backlinks with websites to write about us and talk about us, and influencers and all this kind of stuff. That all goes into what we have today, and the reason why, this isn't just a simple like, oh, just change your name to something different, completely rebrand, start from scratch. Like, this is not the direction we want to go. And also, I don't believe this is the direction we have to go. And it's sad to see a big multi-billion-dollar company just kind of going out hiring IP attorneys to just kind of go sue people. Because it obviously is not a big financial monetary, impact on $1 billion company, but they know they can kind of drain small startups, stifle innovation, kill small startups. I don't think this is the brand image that Box wants. And I'm not sitting there saying they're a bad company, or maybe even that the executives at the top know about these kind of lawsuits. Maybe it's just somewhere in their 2,500 employees, someone's in charge of this and they're trying to, maybe protect their brand or something. So it brings me up to an interesting point on why they would kind of do this. It seems kind of dirty, right? There's a company that was started, incorporated before you came up with a product line, but you want to own the product line. You're mad that they show up in the Google search results. So instead of trying to just compete with them on SEO value and becoming more popular, because to be honest, like, I cover every AI innovation, not a lot of people are talking about Box AI. This isn't something that's made a lot of news. This isn't like a very excited, hyped, talked about AI tool in my circles that I've seen anyways. And I've seen people say similar things on LinkedIn. So instead of being like, gee, we should make our product better, or try to get more people talking about it, or using it on merit, it's like, oh, let's look at the Google search results. Who else is ranking that could potentially be making us show up lower? Let's go sue them. Like, that just seems very, I don't know, kind of dirty to me, and sad. So this would appear to be a bit of the approach. I've talked about this a little bit and kind of what's going on LinkedIn, talking about why I believe we can, what we should essentially remain the same AI Box. No guarantees on this or where this will go. I would love to have a discussion with Box.com, come to a mutual agreement, continue on our merry way, and hope this is a misunderstanding. And I would hope that from Box's side, being a company that could prove that they're pro innovation, pro technology, by not just litigating and trying to sue everyone that they feel like threatens their search results for their subsidiary products. It's not even their main brand. We look nothing like, we serve none of the same. The thing they said in their cease and desist is that we have a competing product. Absolutely not. We are a no-code AI app builder and a marketplace. Anyone in the world, like Canva, you go on, connect AI models, and build some tools that you want to use. Fantastic. Box.com lets you save your files. And they have a cool AI tool where you can search, and it will like search your files for you with AI and some other cool functions and features and, enterprise SaaS stuff. Awesome. This is like, there is no overlap. The products do not compete. The products don't even touch the same customers half the time. And yet they say we're like directly competing and confusing their customers. Absolutely not. If it confuses their customers, they shouldn't have named their product line the same thing as a company that already existed, already showed up in the Google search results. Unless they said, oh, no big deal, it's a startup, let's name it this anyways, we'll just sue them later. Unless that was the case. So the logos are different, as I've discussed. The products are completely different. They have their enterprise ecosystem that they serve. So we have different markets, different users, completely different needs. We are a very small team right now that's working on AI Box. We're very passionate. We believe that this is an amazing way to bring AI to everyone. Everyone will be able to leverage this and create amazing tools, specifically non-developers. I myself am not a coder, not a developer. And we really believe that there's a huge market and audience that we can create a tool that essentially helps them to create AI tools and unlock what they're trying to do without being developers. This is what I've been passionate about. I love tools like Canva. I love no-code tools. This is what I'm all about. This is a completely different company, but we're very passionate about what we're doing. And it feels like we're currently getting pushed up against a multi-billion-dollar company that is just trying to squash us because we're inconvenient, that we rank well, do well, and a lot of people talk about us, and we show up in Google search results. Not for the exact same name as them, but something sort of similar. Which, again, we, to be clear, picked first. If you have any thoughts or advice or suggestions on this whole situation, if you've dealt with anything like this in the past, I would love to hear your input. I'm going to leave a link in the show notes, in the description, wherever you're kind of watching or listening to this, to my post about this on LinkedIn, where I kind of outline all of this. If you could do me one favor and support in one way, it would be, if you're on LinkedIn, to go over, click on that post and just like it and drop a comment. This helps it reach more people. From LinkedIn, I have had some amazing people working at amazing, top 10 tech companies reach out to me and say, hey, I have a connection over at Box, or I have a friend that works in IP law, and people are sending messages over to people over at Box or IP law places. This has the power, I think, to resolve the situation in a positive way, which is all I want. I don't want to sit here for the next 2 or 3 months and give you guys updates on an ongoing lawsuit that I'm embroiled in, that's slowing down our innovation, that's slowing down our technology, that's slowing down our mission. This is not what I want to do. But at the same time, I hate feeling like, anyone that has started a company in tech knows, like, it's not easy. You're competing against billion-dollar companies, and I hate feeling like the competition is not a merit-based competition. It's a connections or a legal competition that they can just sue you because they want to, even if their case won't win. They can bankrupt you through lawsuits so that you go bankrupt, and even though you didn't win even though you may win your case, you're bankrupt, your company goes away. They win either way. They win whether they win, or they win whether they bankrupt you. I think this is a completely corrupt situation and environment to be on. I am huge pro tech, huge pro innovation. I'm really excited about the future of AI and everything happening, but I really think we need to be pro innovation, and suing competitors out of business, not even competitors, suing other tech companies out of business because you don't like them, or they're inconvenient for your marketing or for your brand or your perceived spots on Google search results, for lack of a better word, I do not think is the way to do it. And in any case, even if they were to sue us to change our name, like that, the problem of me wouldn't go away. I obviously wouldn't talk positively about them ever again. And I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have this negativity. I don't want to have to, have this issue. I don't think they want the blight of that on their record, because I'm not going to disappear anytime soon. I'm going to be in the tech ecosystem for a long time. I'm going to build some incredible innovations and try to help as many people as I can. And I don't want that being part of my story that I got to rehash and tell forever that makes them look bad. I don't want them to look bad. I would love them to look great. They're probably a great technology company. They have 2,500 employees. I wish all of them the best. I hope all of them have long careers. So if there's anything that I'm asking for, I guess, in all of this, is if you'd be able to go over to the LinkedIn post, comment. If you have any advice If you've dealt with anything like this in the past or know anyone that has, please tag them, please share this. Or if not, just comment with your support for Reach. I would really, really appreciate it. I'll keep you up to date on everything that happens moving forward with this, what we end up doing. Currently consulting our attorneys and trying to talk to mentors and other people. If you have any other insights, I would really appreciate it. You can reach out to me over on LinkedIn. And I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. Sorry for a bit of a downer note on the podcast, but in all fairness, this is kind of inside of the tech ecosystem, inside of the tech realm. I'm not the only one that's probably facing this. There's probably a lot of other startups and also like AI startups, right? Because you have this like all of a sudden this little AI tag that's added, and now all of a sudden there's like lawsuits everywhere because everyone says like they should own the AI tag. They should own the Box AI just because they're called Box. They should own AI. Everyone just believes that, yeah, they own that AI tag. So I think this is probably something that's more indicative of what's happening broadly in the tech market. It definitely feels like David and Goliath. They're a publicly traded company that has, generated over $1 billion this year. And we, of course, are a small startup that hopes to make something incredible. We're definitely more nimble, and I think we can create more innovative things than some of these bigger companies that are buoyed down by bureaucracy. So, watch us. We'll create something incredible. And that's my one thing I can promise you. And I do really appreciate any of your support. Anyways, hope that you all have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for listening.